The story begins in a big hospital, where today a rich patient has been brought in critical condition. The name of this patient is Richard, and at present, his condition remains very critical. A nurse named Caitlin works in that hospital. She comes to the doctor in a hurry, and along with the doctor, she starts treating Richard. After hard work by the doctor and Caitlin, Richard's life is finally saved. The next day, the hospital staff gives Caitlin a gift. Actually, this gift was sent for him by Richard, but Caitlin refuses to take it. Meanwhile, Richard himself comes to Caitlin, and he says that you have saved my life, so I want to give you a gift as a thank you. Caitlin explains to her that she has only done her duty as a nurse, and this is her job, so she cannot accept any gift. The next day, Richard again sends many gifts for Caitlin. He even sends an expensive watch. But this time too, Caitlin returns all the gifts. When Caitlin reaches home, gifts sent by Richard are also kept there. Now seeing this dedication of Richard, Caitlin gets into deep thought. A few days pass, and slowly Richard and Caitlin come closer to each other. After this, we come to know that Caitlin always wanted a good husband and a lovely child. Richard promises her that he will always love her, and will also fulfill her wish of becoming a mother. But before this, he tells Caitlin about his past life. He tells that his first wife died in an accident, and he also has a young son. Even after knowing all this, Caitlin agrees to marry Richard, because she loved him with all her heart. After a few days, both of them get married. Richard was a rich man, so many important people attended his wedding. After the wedding, Caitlin goes out to see the house. Meanwhile, she sees Richard's son Joshua riding a horse. After the horse ride, Joshua congratulates Caitlin on her marriage. Then after some time, Richard also comes there, and Joshua congratulates both of them and leaves. Richard tells Caitlin that even Joshua is rich, he likes to do small jobs, and he prefers living in a small cabin rather than a big house. After this, both of them go to their room and spend their first wedding night together. The next day, Richard tells Caitlin that he has to go out for a week on some important work. Caitlin is surprised to hear this, because it had not been long since their marriage. After Richard left, Caitlin started feeling lonely at home. She tries to pass her time somehow. Then a week later, Richard returns home, but that very night he has to go to work again. The next day, Caitlin sees Joshua's bike, and she understands that he had come home. Their maid asks Joshua to stay in the house, but Joshua wanted to stay in his cabin. Caitlin comes there and says that Joshua has every right to live as per his wish. Joshua thanks Caitlin for this. Joshua tells Caitlin about his new cabin that was being built on the riverside. Now hearing this, Caitlin wanted to go with him to see the cabin, so Joshua makes her sit on the bike and takes her to his cabin. Caitlin likes this place very much, but there was no electricity there, so Caitlin wants to arrange for electricity, but Joshua refuses to accept her help. The next day, Caitlin brings a generator for Joshua. Even though Joshua had refused, Caitlin still helps him. Gradually, the closeness between the two starts increasing. One night, the two go to a club where Joshua gets too drunk, and he falls asleep in the car on the way. Caitlin does not wake him up, and she herself goes to take bath in the river. Meanwhile, Joshua wakes up, and seeing her, he gets emotional, but he stops himself. After a few days, Caitlin sees Richard's medical file. According to that file, Richard cannot become a father in the future. When Caitlin asks Richard about this, Richard tells that he had an old injury, and his treatment is going on, but Caitlin is broken from inside. After some time, Richard goes out for work again. As soon as Richard leaves, Caitlin reaches Joshua's cabin again, and she gets carried away by emotions and forms a relationship with him. When Caitlin returns home, Richard is already present there. He tells that he has come to know everything. Richard angrily heads to Joshua's cabin. Caitlin tries to stop him. On reaching there, it is found that Richard has fallen unconscious. He is taken to the hospital, but his life could not be saved. The police starts investigation. Both Caitlin and Joshua give their statements, and the police arrest Joshua as a suspect and take him with them. Within a few days, Joshua is produced in court. There, the public prosecutor was trying his best to get Joshua punished. He was trying to prove that Joshua had done all this to get his father's entire property. Joshua's lawyer was also trying to prove that Joshua was innocent, and what happened was just an accident. Then, after a few days of hearing, Joshua is released. After this, Caitlin finally confesses the truth that she did everything for the greed of money, and also to become a mother. She wanted the entire property to belong to her. Enraged, Joshua attacks him, but Caitlin kills Joshua to save herself, and the story ends on this scene. So in the end, love turned into obsession, desire turned into greed, and greed destroyed every relationship. Caitlin wanted love, she wanted motherhood, but in chasing wealth and control, she lost everything. Richard lost his life. Joshua lost his future, and Caitlin, she became the reason for her own destruction. Sometimes the biggest tragedy isn't death, it's the truth hidden behind fake emotions. This is the story of My Stepson, My Lover, a film released in 1997. If you enjoyed this video, please like it, comment on which scene resonated with you the most, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel to continue receiving similar explainer videos. Thank you. See you next time with another interesting film story. Till then, bye-bye and take care.